Good morning, Team Telco. This is just a brief video to help you to fill out the first part of the management key performance indicators for the Q3 strategy and review. In the first part, as we discussed in terms of accountability for the cost of management hours, we in the last session we did talk about how we're going to track and make sure that we are working with real data rather than with theoretical data. And so this is the first time that we're going to be reporting back on it. So I'd like to just show you how you can filter out for the information that we're looking for. This is just a reminder, we want empirical evidence. We don't want thumb sucks. We want stuff that was accounted for, not stuff that maybe, you think is what happened, because we've got to just get into the habit of accounting for key resources. And the key resources, as far as our business is concerned, are time. Time is actually one of our biggest resources, followed probably by financial or cash resources, followed by all the other inventories and equipment that we buy and keep and use within the company. So those are our top three resources: time, financial resources, and other capital resources and equipment. Okay, so we're going to have a look at how to do that. So we're going to go to our timesheeting application, and we're going to go to the reporting function. And when you're in the reporting function, you're going to search for your name. You're going to create a filter that says you just want the reporting by quarter three. So you're looking for timesheets against your quarter three. You're going to go to the pivot view, which is a tabular format, which is very useful for seeing and sorting information. And so the first piece of information becomes immediately clear when you've just run those three filters. Against my accountable hours, I did 717.12. So I counted for 717 hours. So I'm just going to put that there. Okay. Then the second thing is I want to now look at how those hours were spent in the top five activities that we said were management activities. And the first thing is around planning. So I'm going to go here, and there's two ways that you can search for activities depending on how you do your timesheeting. I timesheet against tasks. So if you click on your name there and then you say task, you can actually expand the view to see all the tasks against which there were timesheets logged in that period. Okay, so and then I could go painstakingly one by one. If you're logging planning against a particular task, you could go and look for the tasks that have to do with planning. There's an easier way to do this. You can go once again to your search bar, and there's two ways that you can actually search for activities around planning. The first way, again, we use the most general search term that is available to us. I just type plan there, and then I can search for any activities that I logged against any task that has to do with planning. And there we go. You see that there's some activity against this task called planning. Okay, it's 47 hours. And then again, I think even more robustly, I can probably go and look for anywhere where I logged any information about planning under the description, because every time when you log a timesheet, it does ask you to describe what you did during that timesheet. And the better you are at saying what you were doing, the easier this becomes for you, because then when you go to when you go to look for planning among your descriptions, it will bring up even more robust information about where you might have spent time planning, where you might have spent time doing things that have a relationship with planning. So here we see that there's 88 hours, not just the 44 hours. So, okay, I'm just going to take this 88 hours as a high level number for what I've done. Again, one of the reasons why we timesheet is, first of all, to be accountable to ourselves, but also to be accountable to the business. So that's around planning. Then if we go to the next one, training and development, we do exactly the same thing. You use the most generic search term that you can in order to get the right results. Okay, so here under training shows that there's two tasks specifically that I used. that I got that have got some training. But again, I think it might be more robust for me to search for descriptions of training, because I might have logged training against multiple different tasks. And as you can see there, there's a bit more of a robust view around where I might have spent time with training. So there we go. We've got 35 or 36 hours. I'm just going to round it up. Quality assurance would be the next thing. I hope you're getting the gist of what I'm doing here. I'll first search for any tasks that I do around quality assurance. Okay, there was one task that I was using to log for quality assurance, but I suspect that I probably did some quality assurance in other tasks other than that one. So I'll do a description search. Okay, there were two tasks. Doesn't look like I'm doing too well on quality assuring. Maybe I did do the quality assuring, but I just didn't record. So but we want the recorded hours. So that's not too good right there. Analytical reporting and dashboarding. So maybe I'll go and search for the general search term around reporting. Is there anything that I logged against reporting? Yes, there are two tasks that were specifically allocated to reporting. But I also want to have a more robust view of whether I did do any reporting or work on any reporting. There are a few more tasks when I expand the search task like that, and it looks like it comes up to about 8 hours. So I'm going to record 8 hours there. Again, not too great in relation to the amount of time probably I should, as a manager, should spend on reporting. And then finally, performance assessment and feedback. So let's do that one more time. I'll first check whether there are any tasks that I've been logging against that do that. Yes, there are. There are quite a few of them. But let's also search, because I might have also done performance assessment and feedback under different tasks other than just ones that are called performance assessment. Indeed, there are other tasks where I've logged some information, where I've done some performance assessment and feedback, and it looks like it's about 46 hours. So that's what I'll log there. So in at a very high level, in terms of accounted timesheet hours, it would seem that where there is some fairly good performance is around planning, training and development, and performance assessment and feedback. But where I really need to work a lot harder as a manager is making sure that I spend enough time on this aspect of quality assurance and analytical dashboarding and reporting. So, as a result of me trying to track these things, I realized that it will be much simpler if I set up my time sheeting tasks in accordance with making it easy for me to run this kind of report in future times. So I've changed. As I've come into quarter 4, you'll actually see that I've fundamentally changed. For myself, I've fundamentally changed the way that I'm time sheeting against tasks. I've created tasks that are very specific to the type of time sheeting that I want to do, so that it makes it easy for me at the end of the day to report back to Exco and to management around how I'm time sheeting. So I've streamlined my tasks, my time sheeting tasks, so that to make it much easier to run this kind of a reporting functionality in future. All right, so I think that is how you can do that. If you have any challenges, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm available to assist. Let's get this done. Thanks, team.